I just seen a huge stork. Is that a stork? Where is he? Yep, I think that is a stork. I don't know if you can see him out there or not. I'm sure nobody's coming up behind me. Not that there is, I'm just kidding, but I'm used to being in the cities. Yep, that's a stork. You'll see very few of those in your life. You probably can't see it from there. But this, you might be able to, I don't know. Yep, that's a stork. Cool. Alright. I'm heading to town to my first full day here. Look at the sun and beauty. It's warming up quick, so I need to go pick up some supplies. And then we're going to head back here and start suction dredging for gold. And then we take a break and we have some fun. And I've got to get all my shit organized today, so I got to go to town and get a car top carrier, a 4-season tent. And I just feel that it's not very long before, you know, that's how we'll be living permanently. So I got to have enough survival gear to feed her, whatever other little critters come along that are going to need, you know, once the system crashes. And of course, I'll meet humans that didn't save any food or resources because they're stupid. I'll have to help them. You're going to have hordes of people out here trying to get these farmers' cows. So I'm not going to be in this area. This place is completely vacant and desolate of human life until about June. Then you start seeing people come out. They don't come to my spot, but like, you know, they come out here and camp. They're down the other, well, I'll show you. It's another road, but so I don't like people. I don't want to be around these. Oh, 2 more storks. Oh my God, right on the side of the road. I don't want to scare them. See them? How huge they are? They got a wingspan of like 5 or 6 feet. That's how you know it's a stork, because the cranes, they have a long wingspan, but they have a much longer neck than a stork. They got a smaller head. Awesome. So, now if you follow that creek, you'll end up deep in the, you know, you could definitely disappear out there, follow that creek. Maybe you wouldn't have to follow it very far, and nobody's gonna mess with you out there, because are you gonna walk way out there and look through all that shit to see if anybody's living out there? No. So, you know, and there's a creek, so you got really good mountain water. Ooh, look at that. Pheasant. Oh man. Poor Mr. Pheasant, he's all by himself. There's hardly any pheasants left out east. When I was a kid, we go hunting and there's pheasants everywhere, and quail. There's almost no quail. I'd say Michigan, you know, it's just a fraction of what there used to be. When people see quail now, you know, they all stop their cars. Like, are those quail? It's sad. Mankind really messed up this world. And they're not going to take their foot off the gas until they hit the wall. That's the disgusting part. You disappear up there in the mountains up there. This deep, heavy forests. There's creeks and all kinds of, I mean, that's just an example. There's hundreds of areas like that around here. Come out here at night and drive real slow, and there's rattlesnake out here every, you know, just little sidewinders, western rattlesnakes, and you'll see so much wildlife at night because they all come out to the road to eat and wait for mice to cross the road or whatever they eat. And you know, and then you'll see owls like every 100 yards. They're up there waiting, and night hawks, and I mean, endless rabbits. Last night I got here just before dark and it was cold, and I wasn't even here 5 minutes. A big old fat rabbit, not a jackrabbit either, a whitetail, or what do you call it, cottontail, was right in front of my van and didn't move for like 10 minutes. I mean, that would have, if you needed dinner, there it was. I mean, if you want to do that to that poor rabbit, I guess you got to do what you got to do to survive, though. But I'm not a real happy person when it comes to killing other stuff. It just seems wrong to me, you know, but maybe it's not. I don't know. It's a very philosophically confusing argument. It just seems wrong to me to kill anything. So, I don't know. Yeah, I mean, look at all this cattle. When the shit crashes and people are starving, you don't think the government's going to come out here and abscond with all these fuckers under the state of emergency clause signed by Obama and now re-signed by Trump, our new dictator-in-chief. Anybody that's putting faith in that guy is going to be completely, you know, destroyed when the system crashes and it's over. It'll never come back either. That's what they're not getting. It's not fixable. You know. All these little poor creatures. All they're done is they're just raised. Now these are all. This is better than out east. These are all free range, and these are black Angus. And I'm not justifying it, okay, to raise animals to eat. I think it's wrong. But on the other hand, if they have a good life right up until, you know, they slaughter the poor things, and if they can slaughter them humanely, in other words, so it's a very quick thing instead of keeping them in these big things, you don't gotta move, baby. I'm not gonna run you over. I'm not gonna run you over. No, I won't. That's a bull right there, a baby bull. These are all baby bulls. They're so cute. You don't want to piss off the big ones, though. Hello, guys. Hello, guys. You guys are cute. I feel bad eating hamburgers. I really do. I'm not, yeah, you know, I go through these things where I don't eat any meat for a long time, and somebody buys me lunch, and, you know, you want gyros or chicken salad, or so I'll get something, you know, I'll justify it in my mind. I say, well, it's already dead, and no sense in letting it go to waste, and I'll make up all these excuses in my head so I don't feel so guilty about what this poor creature probably went through to end up on a dinner plate. But, you know, this is all BLM land, United States Geological, USGS, or whatever they call it. United States Forest Service, because I know the lady that comes out here like once a month. When it's warmer, she comes out maybe once a week. Just drives around. I don't see what she's really doing. I'm sure she's got some little protocol. So, anyway. So, you know, these are employees in these little houses of these cattle farms. And the people that actually own the cattle, they live, you know, in $1 million homes, if not multi-million, because of the real estate value, mineral resources on their property, etc. Okay. So, this little minivan has been down this road at least 100 times in 3 years. And what's amazing, I still have one of the original tires on this van from when I bought it. And when Michelin says their tires last, are safe, you know, until they're almost completely worn out, they're not kidding. They're amazing tires. If I had the money to buy a Michelin, I would, but I don't have any money, so I just buy used Maypops and I always have 2 spare tires. you know. Well, I got one on one good spare right now on the top of the car. My other spare's in my tent. And whenever I get to camp, you know, I take everything out of the car. It's making it too full of crap, and put it in my tent, store it in there so it's out of our way. And then we sleep in the car on this nice bed, and it's just way more comfortable than being in the tent. I mean, because of the cold, you know. I don't have a 4-season tent yet, but they're kind of expensive. I'm gonna look at one today, and because they're like the best, you know. You put you and your dog in that 4-season tent, I don't care if it's 20 degrees outside, you'll be warm as toast without any heater or nothing. A 3-season tent, you can turn it into a 4-season with tarps and, you know, make sure all the screen crap is blocked off and just leave one vent open. And, but it's a pain in the ass, so. And the 4-season tents are be better quality zippers and accoutrements and stuff. I'm so disappointed with my cousin. I shouldn't have put any, you know, like the Buddha said, have no expectations and you'll never be disappointed, right? So, you know, I slowed down up here because there's, you know, some guys. Now, this is one of the owners here. They have red Angus and horses and stuff. See, red Angus. So I slow down, you know. I try to be respectful of people's safety. Oh, look at that little cutie babies. Yes. That's the kind of trucks they drive out here. Those cattle killer bumpers on them. There's not very many minivans in Montana, so I stick out like a sore thumb. There's some geese. Thousands of them flew over earlier. They have about a 4-foot wingspan. You know, goose does, or something like that. I've never measured one, but I'm pretty good at visualizing like a telephone pole and telling you how tall it is. That telephone pole is exactly 23 feet tall, something, you know. And if you measured it, I bet I'd be within 3 inches. It's just something I've always done. I mean, it goes with playing the guitar and music and singing opera and all that stuff. Yeah, I haven't seen one car drive by out here except for this farmer, but he was driving home and or he was driving to town when I was showing up last night, and he waved at me. I waved back, and you can see I gotta clean my windows. It's embarrassing how beautiful it is out here. And it's really hard to describe the size of those mountains right there until you park your car and try to walk up them and hike them and stuff. And you realize, you know, oh my God, this is huge. You know, these are 80-foot trees, you know, some of them, and they look like sticks from out here. I don't know if you can see that car on the highway, okay? You know, that's over half a mile away, you know? So, I mean, at least 2,500, that's probably more than that, 3/4 of a mile. That's a good 3,000, 4,000 feet. Big sky country. So on the other side of this dirt road we're going to come up to, on the other side of the main road to whatever it is, going towards Canyon Ferry Dam, I've been back in those mountains 20 miles, and it's 3 different gulches I've been back to in this van, okay? And there was a park ranger out there on a little 4-wheel drive ATV, and he drove by the van and he stopped. He's an older guy and he backs up. He goes, how did you get that van out here? I said, I drove it out here. Where? How did you drive it out here? On this road? I said, yeah, because you're crazy. I've never seen anybody do that. The years I've been out here, never seen that before. Because you didn't damage it or nothing? I said, not yet. I'm sure I'll, I drive very professionally, and I have Robin get out and, tell me right, left, slower, and then when he gets back in, we go a ways, and, how did you get down that river bank, across the river, and then up to this side? I said, I drove, dude. I know how to drive. I scoped out the river, and it's not that deep. And I found a place where I could go across, not get stuck. You have to go down that bank, a little bit of an angle. For obvious reasons, your bumper will slam into the, river bottom. It's a tedious process, but we did it. Not just Hell's Gulch and Avalanche Gulch, but Confederate Gulch, too. So, we didn't find a speck of gold out there in the 2 weeks that we camped out there. Not a speck. Well, I'm lying. I mean, we found, little pieces of mercury with gold. In other words, it looks like a ball of gold, but it's really a ball of mercury that's collected up, gold as it comes down these streams. There's thousands of them out here. It's a nice anomaly. It's not worth anything because it's basically a piece of lead that's plated with gold. Might be a microfine layer on there. It's pretty exciting to see in your pan, though, until you realize it's just fucking mercury left over from when they used to use mercury 150 years ago or whatever. That's how fucking dumb humans are. Yeah, that's what they do. They dump the mercury in the highest point of the creek or the stream, and then they wait. And next year they come out and start panning. That mercury picks up all the gold. The gold clings to it. It's some kind of a chemical bonding process. It's very, very bad. They stopped doing it now. Now they just use borax. It dissolves all the elements and into like a slurry. So like it dissolves the dirt, and any gold in the dirt, is released. Because when you use a sluice, 90% of your gold is going out the end of the sluice, attached to a piece of clay or a piece of dirt or rocks or whatever. What the fuck? Okay, that's why you do the borax, and it doesn't hurt the ecology. And if you use borax, what you do is you take your material, your gold-rich material, back to a processing plant, run it in there with your borax, and then run that, slurry. I think I'm losing a tire. Sure sounds like it. No, that's just one of my straps. Anyway, so we'll find out in a minute when I get to 55 miles an hour. No, it's steering fine. That's how you can tell. If you steer a little bit like that, left and right, and it's real sloppy, then you got a low tire or a tire. This van, you get a flat tire and you really can't even feel it. It's bizarre. So it's a very well engineered van. But anyway, then you run that slurry down your sluice that has this carpet in it, and you wash that out into your buckets, and you'll have 90% more gold than not using borax. So that tells you you're losing 90%. Okay, I've studied this stuff a lot. This summer I hope to really do well so I can take care of my family, but that's just a grandiose, dream I have. I'm not sure I'm going to be able to actually pull it off, but I'm going to really certainly try. And within 2 weeks I'm going to have my bug out spot, picked out, and I'm I gotta make sure I'm on public land. So, you know, I don't piss off some farmer, but luckily I'm an old guy now. I look old and respectful, so they don't tend to be mean to me, which is good. And I have a dog. And most people that have dogs, they know, are decent people. Especially when you give them their own comfortable bed and pillow and everything. Because it's a lazy thing. It is super duper fat fuzzy thing. Anyway, so yeah, Canyon Ferry, that's all man-made. That's from a dam that we're coming up to here in a few minutes. I've showed you on other videos, or I'll show you from last year, or from, yeah, last year, not the first year I was here. Then if you go 20 miles that way, you'll hit the Missouri River that feeds this Canyon Ferry Lake, and you follow the Missouri River to another dam. So there's two dams here, and luckily they're both incredibly in good shape, and their design is far superior to, let's say, that piece of crap in Oroville, California. You know, yeah, these dams aren't so far across, so in other words, they're a few hundred feet across, so it'd be very easy to, you know, shore them up and, you know, work on them, maintain them. When you have a dam that with an overflow spillway that's so huge and it starts to fail, there's nothing you can do about it humanly possible to stop it. So I hope the Oroville Dam doesn't collapse, but I don't think it will. They should send in the Army Corps of Engineers. That's what they used to fucking do. You know, and they could fix that shit up in 2 days flat, but I think our military is so depleted. Anyway, I'll talk to you more later. You know,